I'm Nilanjana, and today we are going to talk about a story, a news story, which took a completely different dimension due to social media. I'm talking about the case of 19-year-old Roji Roy, who died under mysterious circumstances in Kerala. She was a student of in Trivandrum, and she fell off or jumped off the 10th floor of Kim's and died. The police ruled it a routine suicide, and that is how even traditional media covered it. It was only later, a few days later, that the social media erupted over the whole issue and blamed the media for not disclosing the name of Kim's and also not taking into account that it could not have been a regular suicide because of her own circumstances. Now, before I introduce you to my online guest, she is Harita John, and she is a reporter with the News Minute who has covered this story. But before that, let me bring you a couple of tweets that have been doing around, how social media has been talking about it. Coming up on your screen, some of the tweets that have been doing the rounds regarding the case. The one and only time something related with Kerala got trending on Twitter was Kiss of Love. Still feel shame on Mallus about Roji Roy. Okay. Where the hell is Human Rights Commission on Roji's issues? Even they support Sarita issue, but not this issue. Feeling funny is what Jitin Kumar says. Demand justice. We want to know what exactly happened to Roji Roy. Okay, so these are some of the Twitter messages that were trending. Also, there have been a couple of Facebook pages demanding justice for Roji, and we will bring you one Facebook page right now on your screen. There you have it. Roji Roy, there have been more than 4,000 likes. Roji, justice is our aim, and the name Roji is our inspiration. That's what the About page says for the Roji Roy community. All right, this is essentially, all written in Malayalam, but a page has been made on that. All right, so let's move on now. Let me now introduce Harita to all of you. Harita John is a reporter, a correspondent with News Minute, and she's covered the story. Thanks so much, Harita, for joining us on India Post Live. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you.
Achha, Harita, okay, as a reporter, give us the details that you have about this story, especially with regard to how and why social media erupted on this issue.
So when I saw that the first news about Roji Roy, actually I didn't know that there was so much problems behind this case, because when I read the story when in a local language newspaper, Malayalam Manorama, at first, but as they say, there was nothing to hide in the report. They carried the name of the hospital, and everything was clear when I read at first. Then I called the police and I inquired about it, and they also said that okay, nothing suspicious is there in the case, that it's just a suicide. So when I went to the hospital and I just covered the issue, I wrote a copy and sent it to my editor. And later, after 2-3 days, all these social media issues are raised. And when I talked to that guy who's managing the page, and even he was not sure actually what is so much suspicious in the case. And as a reporter, I think that I don't know whether it's something related. When I asked him, he said that okay, their protest was just against Malayalam media, who did not cover the name of the hospital. Nothing
correct.
else was suspicious according to them. So, but I think 2-3 newspapers, they of course they carried the name, but some say that a private hospital or a private enterprise or a private corporate hospital has they did not carry the name. So maybe because of that, this all issue has started. But I'm sure that there is they don't have much evidence to call their death as much suspicious. I still say that because I repeatedly asked that fellow,
Yeah,
what is there so much suspicious in
right.
this?
But
So there
Harita,
was nothing like that.
apparently when she spoke to her family a few minutes before her death,
Yeah,
she was
yeah.
fine. She
Mm.
was talking normally, right? Or
But
was she
actually, her
agitated because of
friends,
the complaint? Because somebody had complained against her because of a ragging issue and she was called by the
yes,
disciplinary committee, right? So was she agitated
yeah,
or not before she spoke to her parents?
no, actually,
Yeah.
what police said to me is that
Huh.
they talked to her classmates, her friends,
Hmm.
and her friends was telling the police officer, the inquiry officer, that she was very upset that day. She was telling them that she's going to commit suicide. The police has confirmed that. Police talked to the friends. Police talked to her staff, and not staff, but actually they talked to staff. But her friends has confirmed that,
Hmm.
means she was upset that day, and she was repeatedly telling them that she's going to commit suicide.
And Harita, there was also the case I was reading where the hospital had apparently cleaned up the blood before the police came, the blood stains before the police came. What information do you have on that?
Yeah, yeah. I mentioned that in my report that they had claimed, means actually these protesters had claimed that the hospital staff had cleaned it, but
Hmm.
actually police said that when they arrived the spot, everything was there. It was as like a suicide. It was perfect. So I don't know whom to believe.
Okay, all right. How do you react, being a part of the digital media yourself, how do you react to the manner in which social media has come out in a reaction to the story? I won't necessarily call it a protest. It's not just a protest. It's a very angry reaction. It's anger directed against the police, anger directed against Kim's. And a lot of people are saying, in fact, the police is also saying that the protesters' basic argument is completely based on emotions because her parents are visually and speech impaired. Whereas the facts are that it could have been a case of regular suicide. So that argument is also there. But what are your thoughts on the way the social media has reacted to this issue?
Yeah, as I said before, actually, I'm not sure why social media
You're
has
not
reacted
sure,
uh,
right?
so different at this case, because just because, yeah, as so police said, maybe because in an emotional perspective, maybe
Right.
because of that, or actually it was all of a sudden. Uh, it was not like kiss of love. Kiss of love, yeah, we knew that, yeah, something is going to happen,
Absolutely.
but it was all of a sudden that somebody starts saying, and for every post, even for the individual post for different personal individual posts, below the comment, they comment with this post. They relate the Roji Roy, and there's in every media Facebook pages they have gone and posted this.
So,
So I
go
don't
ahead.
know how come within 2 3 days all of a sudden it's all mushrooms. Mushroomed. I'm not sure about it.
Oh,
How
yeah,
to write it. Even I was confused about Roger's case. How to deal with it
right.
because yeah, because social media says something, and actually, really, I was confused about this case. So yeah, maybe with this impact of social media, the pace of it's changing. Journalism may be changing.
Journalism is changing.